All right. What is up and happy Monday, everyone? It's W, and if you're watching this, you probably feel like you're being royally screwed over at work. Am I right? Do you ever just feel completely undervalued, underpaid, working crazy long hours, and just overall like you're not getting a fair shake? Yeah, I've been there. And let me tell you, it is not some isolated incident. It's the new normal, especially in this wild, cutthroat, post-pandemic, inflation-riddled economy. Corporations, bless their little profit, driven hearts, are stingier than ever. Budgets for raises. Forget about it. They're tighter than a $2 drum, and the competition, oh boy, it's a bloodbath out there. So, how in the world do you even get a raise? And why, for the love of all that is holy, is negotiation so darn scary? This is my first business-centric episode in a hot minute, and to fully embrace the glorious capitalistic nature of this video, here's some fresh Call of Duty Black Ops 6 gameplay. Look, I'm probably ranked 3 or 4 here, so don't judge. I'm just here to make money and kick virtual butt. I've been incredibly fortunate. I've had some killer teachers in my life, and yeah, I've snagged a few nice raises and promotions along the way. But let's be real, I've also faced a mountain of rejections, so I think I have a few pearls of wisdom to drop on this topic. I absorbed so much of this by watching my old man navigate his career. Then I went and implemented it myself. Now, don't get it twisted. This isn't some magic bullet, foolproof system. Far from it, this requires serious, gritty, hard work on your end. It's often a multi-year marathon of developing some actual backbone and building a reputation that precedes you. You can't just waltz in there, average employee Jimmy, and say, "Hey man, I know you've got a constricted budget and everything, and I don't really do anything special for the team, and I'm super replaceable. But can I get a raise?" Come on, you already know the answer to that one. Seriously, put yourself in their shoes for a second. It's often not in your boss's best interest to pay you more, so why would they? So how do we effectively ask for a raise? How do we navigate this complex negotiation dance? Let's dive in. I've been in corporate America for a hot minute, about 8 years now, and I've had my share of wins and losses in this arena. When it comes to asking for more money, I've been successful. I've been rejected, and I've even sat on interviewing panels and in negotiation rooms, so I've got a pretty good feel for how this whole thing works and what is really going on behind the scenes in this wild capitalistic circus. At the end of the day, a company's goal is to maximize its profits, right? And a huge part of that equation is paying you the absolute minimum amount they can get away with, just enough for you to stick around and keep doing good work. So when you march in there and ask for more cash, the benefit of you being there has to outweigh the money they're losing. By paying you a higher salary, it's pure math, folks. Every single time I've landed a raise, it boiled down to a few key factors. Number one, you got to be in a situation or on a team where you're genuinely valuable, where the team needs you to actually function. You're not just another cog, you're the cog that makes the machine run. Number two, people actually have to like you, they have to enjoy working with you. Be a pleasant human being that people actually want on their team, someone they want to do business with. It's not just about competence, it's about collaboration. Number three, you have to be willing to ask for what you want and stand up for yourself. This isn't a charity. You gotta advocate for yourself, because no one else will. And finally, number four, this is the big one. You have to be willing to walk away, or at least look elsewhere. Now giving your entire life to corporate America. That's a whole other can of worms. And I'm not exactly advocating for it, but it does undeniably make you more likely to earn more money from them. It can be a total grind, an absolute soul-sucking marathon, and that is a conversation for another time because, honestly, it's pretty debatable. But here's the cold, hard truth. You can't just ask for a raise if you haven't done anything to earn it, or if they know, deep down in their corporate hearts, that you're never going to leave. Every time I got shot down for a raise, it was because I was missing one of those crucial points. I knew I needed to stay, and frankly, I wasn't valuable enough for them to truly care if I packed my bags and left. You need to become indispensable. Because let's be real, replaceable people, they aren't valued. Everyone is replaceable to an extent, yes, but some people are far, far more replaceable than others. I saw this firsthand with my father. Every time he either quit or even just hinted that he was thinking of switching jobs, his company responded, not with a shrug, but with more money. Why? Because they valued him. He was a killer salesman. He brought in the big bucks, and it was cheaper for them to pay him more than to go find some other mediocre salesman who'd likely bring in less revenue. Even at a lower salary, it's all about the math. Remember, as of this very video, I've left 3 corporate jobs in my life, and every single time, because I worked my tail off and because I made myself valuable, they turned around and offered me either more money or a promotion right before I walked out the door. They'd either match my new salary or sweeten the deal with a better title and even better benefits. They'll cave to your demands a lot of the time if you have the reputation that talks, not just the empty words. The number one thing, the absolute foundational bedrock that you need to do to even sniff a raise is to become valuable. Now, none of this plan, absolutely zero of it, works unless you are a valuable person with skills that are proven to succeed in the workplace. This, my friends, is where the good old-fashioned hard work comes into play. You want to be an important, highly skilled member of your team, and you need them to need you. You want them to be in a position where the thought of losing you sends shivers down their corporate spines. You might not need to clock in 80 hour weeks to get to this point, but you absolutely have to give a genuine, consistent effort to become important in your job. When you put your name on something, you better make darn sure it's done. Right, you need people to count on you, to know that when your boss sees your name on a task, they can rest easy, knowing it's going to be executed flawlessly. In every single job I've ever had, I've always strived to develop an impeccable reputation. Once you've put in the work, often years of it, to build that stellar reputation and become truly indispensable to your team. That's when you need to locate your courage, grab onto it, and make the tough decision, or even the gamble. At times, the next thing you need, my friends, is leverage. In negotiation, leverage is the raw power one side has to influence the other side, to bend them closer to their own negotiating position. If you're super replaceable and not really willing to move companies, you have absolutely zero leverage, zilch, nada. But when a company knows it needs you, when they know you're valuable, they do not want you to leave, and when they don't want you to leave, that's when they start paying attention. If you seem a little detached, a little uninterested in them, especially when you're valuable and have consistently done excellent work for the company, this is exactly the prime time to ask for more money, more flexibility, more perks, better benefits, you name it, and if they say no, you've got a few options. You can continue to work hard and try again another time in the future. Or, and this is where it gets spicy, the next option is being willing to walk away. Your true leverage in these negotiations comes from the powerful combination of both being exceptionally good at what you do and being genuinely willing to walk away. This, my friends, is the most effective way to grab their attention if they genuinely want to keep you. It's showing a clear, undeniable willingness to leave, whether that is just outright quitting or even better, finding another job offer. This will absolutely get their attention. Now, is it foolproof? No, many times. It won't work, but it is, hands down. The strongest option we have in our arsenal, we'll call it the nuclear option. It's a gamble, for sure, a roll of the dice, but it's the one that's most likely to work. Because if you're less replaceable than the average Joe, the company knows it wants to keep you. Remember, it is incredibly expensive for a company to hire your replacement, especially if you're good. They might just surprise you and give you something. But with this option, you need to tread carefully, because it can definitely come across as holding them hostage, and in many cases, they'll just let you walk. But if you actually have another better offer lined up, then fantastic. You go for that one, and all is well with the world. And many times, it will absolutely work out for you. Regardless, there is no company loyalty anymore, not like there used to be. You need to be stubborn, and you need to almost aggressively advocate for yourself. I have always asked for more, and I've always oversold myself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, who else will, at the very minimum? At least pretend to believe in yourself. Don't be afraid to ask for that raise or promotion you deserve. And for goodness sake, don't be afraid to walk away from a situation that isn't treating you fairly. Most of the time, you'll probably get denied. But if you go through the uncomfortable, gut-wrenching action of advocating for yourself, and if you truly believe in yourself, eventually others will too. Hope this helps, and I truly hope you got something valuable out of this. Leave a comment and happy Monday. Stay boring, stay patient. Peace.